But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. We're asking about fraud.
We're
asking about fraud.
You hate Muslims. You son of a sensationalize this.
Wow, you're very nice.
Out of our neighborhood.
Very nice.
Get the fuck out of our
Sir,
neighborhood.
can you tell me where the transportation company is?
Out of our neighborhood.
I really hope you get some help. You and the Republicans here. Take care, okay, ma'am?
I'm sorry, I couldn't go to the learning centers that you're running over in Minnesota, but I think you should perhaps read.
Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. All right, let's go to Shirley. Here's an example of a journalist that you would never see this stuff if it wasn't for Nick Shirley and Blackline Guardian Fund and Blackline Security. And the reason I add them in there, because as you're gonna see, if we didn't have Blackline, which I call it the line between good and evil, what do you think they'd have done to Nick Shirley today? Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Roll the clip.
How are you? We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation?
No, there's no Safari Transportation here.
No Safari Transportation?
Safari Transportation is 607 Cedar Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari Transportation.
We don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari Transportation, 607.
That's the address.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari Transportation is.
We don't know.
Did you
Okay,
know
so the
Fuad
business
Omar?
is not here.
Don't record.
Fuad Omar?
Fuad Omar?
We don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
Money transferring.
That's it.
Okay,
Well, this
registered.
is from the state.
This is fraud taking place. This is supposed to say, this is for Safari Transportation.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015.
2015?
Safari Transportation, state of Minnesota.
2015, oh yeah.
Well, but it's registered now. This is current, just off the state of Minnesota website today.
Sir,
Please.
This is from today. I just printed this off today. Fuad Omar.
go check it out.
We're here. This is 607. Where's Safari Transportation?
Okay, it's no Safari, period.
Okay, so it's a fraudulent business.
Did you see Safari anything here?
Exactly.
Did you see?
Exactly. It's
Did
not
you
here.
see it?
It's a fraud.
Did you see, sir?
Okay, thank you. We're going to go to the next
Okay.
address. All right, let's keep moving on. So 607, this is supposed to be Safari Transportation, no transportation company. And now we're going to 617, another transportation company. However, it is actually Cedar Riverside Liquor. Where is the transportation company?
617.
617 right
Dreamline
here.
Transportation for the state of Minnesota is registered to 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store. David, they aren't even trying to hide that these are transportation companies. Where are the vans at?
Should we ask?
Let's go ask.
Hey, we're looking for Dreamline Transportation.
Now we're in 617.
Now, this is one, we got a bunch of videos I got to get through. I'm not going to talk too much, but somebody, I was probably devil's advocate. Well, the companies or the people who are there, it don't matter. The state is effing you. Do you not get that? There's no way that Brandon Tatum can have a business at an address that don't exist. Or I have an address where the business don't exist. They will shut me down. I'm committing fraud. I'm putting fraudulent information out to the public. If my business is registered here, it's got to be here. IRS will be all over my ashy elbows. But yet there, nobody knows what's going on.
And I knew this video was going to be super dangerous to film because of obviously how hostile it is, and as we are exposing legit fraud happening. I did get security for this video, and I was able to do it through the Blackline Guardian. And if you guys want to help fund my security in the future, you can go down to the link down below. They're not paying me to say any of this. They came and decided to help me out for this video. So you can go to Blackline Guardian, the link's down below, and click Guardian for Nick, and those funds will directly go to my security and future videos as we are exposing lots of things happening, and especially with this fraud. Like I said, they're not sponsoring this video. I'm just giving them a shout out because of how they helped me. So go down to the link down below, click Guardian for Nick, and let's keep going.
Let's go to the next clip.
So this is actually the location for Silver Mountain Inc., LLC, and Co. Let's see if any... Yes, we're wondering where Silver Mountain.
Silver Mountain?
Silver Mountain.
Oh, I don't know that. Where it is?
It says 2722 Park Avenue.
Where
Is
is
Silver Mountain here?
Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay,
You
so
were
Silver
ju-
Mountain does not exist.
You were
No, the name, the name's not, the name's not Silver Mountain, it's just Silver Mountain
Don't
Home
ask
Health
me that.
Care.
When you come,
All right,
So
sir.
Silver
Well,
Mountain-
so
it's
Silver,
another way.
so
that's
Silver
the
Mountain
way
does
to
not
make a
exist.
business.
27,
You're making a
22
business.
Park
You have
Avenue.
millions of people watching you.
Silver
You're making
Mountain.
business to
Okay,
certain
sir.
people.
27
You have millions of people watching right
Yes.
now. Where is Silver Mountain
I don't
Home
know
Health
where
Care?
Silver Mountain is.
Okay, well that's what we're
But
looking for. All right, we're
me
moving on.
sitting there-
So Silver Mountain does not exist. David, we're just simply asking for where is Silver Mountain Home Health
Can't
Care?
find any of these companies. I mean, this is shocking. 3 companies are supposed to be in that building, and he's never heard of them. He doesn't know anything about them.
They never heard of them. They don't even know who to talk to. They never heard of the business, and it's registered to their address. You can't register a company. Well, I can say it like this: you can, but there have to be permission to register a company, multiple companies in the same address. Like there have to be, like for instance, I own a few companies. A few of them are registered at the same address, and you know how? Because I'm responsible at this building, and I register them, and I get the mail. And so if somebody else's mail was coming here because they're registered here, I'm gonna call the people, because ain't nobody getting no mail here. I pay for this place. Come on, next clip.
This
Now,
has nothing to
hold
do.
on, before we started. This is where you see Blackline. This is the perfect example, and I thank God that He gave me the opportunity to do this. This is where you see Blackline in full effect. See the guy with the mask on? There's a bunch of these guys there. And if I want you to watch this to listen to what Nick says, but I also want you to imagine if they were not there, what do you think would have happened to Nick, Shirley, and Dave? Just imagine. You're gonna see Blackline literally be the black line between good and evil here in a second. Roll the clip.
With race, this is fraud. It's
This
fraud.
absolutely has to do with us being Muslim,
No, it does not.
all right, and us being from Africa. This is a constitutional argument. If you don't want us here, change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're not
Because
saying that.
when I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud. You're talking.
when I go onto your comments,
My comments
what
aren't
I see
me.
is people that say we do not want Muslims here, kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You are listen.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps, just like
How?
the Japanese community. All
How?
right, you're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
All right,
Sir,
something that
answer
can
the
listen.
question. Where-
that's something
where
that can,
is the transportation
something
vehicle
that can
company?
jeopardize
Answer the question.
the safety and the protection of
This
the
is
Somali
fraud.
community.
We're talking
if
about fraud,
anything
sir.
happens to the Somali
We're talking about
community, listen,
fraud.
I'm not doing anything. I'm
I
not
know,
physically touching
you're
you.
getting very close.
I'm not physically
You're
touching
very
you.
close.
No, I'm not physically touching you.
This is fraud.
What
We're
you're
talking about
doing-
fraud.
what you're doing-
You're
what you're
defending
doing-
fraud.
what-
You're
when I go
defending
into your
fraud.
comments,
You're defending fraud.
People who hate Muslims
Okay,
want
people
us
can-
out of here
people can say
for
what they
being
want. I'm not
Muslim
censoring
are
anybody.
using your material. Islamophobes use your material. People who hate Islam use your material. Say to us, we don't want you here. Change the Constitution. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess
Say
what?
it. Say it. We're asking about
You know,
fraud.
what
We're
you
asking
do,
about fraud.
You hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate
You
Muslims.
you
We're
know
talking
you
about
hate
fraud.
Muslims.
We're talking
Why
about
are you
fraud.
attacking us?
This
are we
is
the
fraud.
only community
We're
that
talking-
suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about
Are
fraud.
we the only community that does fraud? Are we the only community that does this?
This is about
All
fraud.
right, but there's what, 300 Somali
This is
providers in
fraud.
all of Minnesota?
There's actually
I'm not-
800.
don't touch me.
Keep talking.
Is there like-
Don't go
So,
close.
You speak English?
transportation companies.
Don't go close.
Your security doesn't even speak English. Listen,
Yeah,
let me tell you
so
something.
see, this isn't a
keep-
race
hold
issue.
on,
Listen,
hold on,
listen,
hold on.
let me
This is
tell you
about
There's a reason why that guy, his English ain't the first language. I just want you to know. Because we ain't playing, all right? Some of the baddest people in America are Blackline. And that guy ain't playing with you. The best trained, we got him. So you can say he'll speak English, but he know how to get on your. All right, hey, look how good. I just want to brag. Look at the professionalism from Blackline. They giving him a space. They not being overt. They're not being rude. But you're not finna play because they're there to protect Nick Shirley. You can talk all you want, but don't play around. Roll the clip.
Fraud.
We have, what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a...
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
you
sir.
want to sacrifice the safety of
Sir,
80,000 people
we're not
because of 2,000 providers?
Okay.
Are you mad? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
You're
Where's the transportation company?
What about if a mass shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be because of you. It will be because of you. If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick Shirley.
This is about
if
fraud.
One single Somali gets hurt.
This is about fraud,
it's
sir.
because of you. Sensationalizes.
Hold on,
You
here we
son of
go. Here we go. If you think it's about Somalians, you know you wrong. That dog getting hit. You know how they say you throw a rock, the loudest one, the one that got hit. Nick Shirley haven't, I don't think, mentioned race or religion one time. He said, "Is this place right here?" They go, "You don't know the place. We don't." You don't know of a business that's registered in your place. Ain't nobody said nothing about Somalians. They getting hit. They know he coming for them. Roll the clip.
Sensationalizes.
Wow, you're very nice.
Get the fuck out of our neighborhood.
Very nice.
Get the fuck out of our
Sir,
neighborhood.
can you tell me where the transportation
Get the fuck out
is?
of our neighborhood. We don't want you here. Get the fuck out of here.
Calm down, sir.
Get the fuck out of here.
Sir, this is
You
about
want to
fraud.
sensationalize? You wanted clicks?
You're
You got
sensationalizing yourself,
You
sir.
wanted clicks?
You're
You
sensationalizing
got
yourself.
clicks. You wanted clicks? You wanted the YouTube?
Tell me where the
You
transportation
wanted
vehicle
YouTube
is.
clicks? You got YouTube clicks. Now get the fuck out of our community.
Tell me where the
Get
transportation
the fuck out of our
vehicle is.
community.
Tell me where the...
You
This is about
stupid, racist
fraud.
motherfucker. Say I don't want
This
Muslims
is about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. Say
I'm
I
not-
want to change the Constitution.
No, I don't
and
want to change the
freedom of
Constitution.
religion, and I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota. Kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me. That is what you are
Sir,
arguing for.
Think about
we're not
this.
talking...
Change the Constitution.
This is about fraud.
This dummy just said, "I was born in this country. So therefore, you're not African. Therefore, you're not Somalian. Am I right? You're not Somalian. You're an American. So what are you saying that it has anything to do with Somalians? That's because these people don't love America. They don't want to be here. They consider themselves to be Somalians and they consider themselves to be Africans when they claim they ain't never been there. If you were born here, you dang sure ain't went to Somalia because you wouldn't make it back. You ain't never gonna go back to Somalia. But you're a Somalian. Don't give me that. Like people come to me, I ain't African. I ain't never been to Africa. I love America. I'm American. I don't want nothing to do with Africa. Africa ain't done nothing for me. America has. My freedoms, my health, for generations of people with the same blood that I got have benefited from America, not Nigeria or wherever else I'm from. Because I got blood from everywhere. Nigeria is the top one. So go sit your sorry self down talking about our community. What community? Y'all all Americans, right? Oh, no, you think you Somalians. Okay, more clips. We got more clips. Roll it.
What kind of fraud did you see take
Hold
place?
on. I just want to introduce the clip. This is him interviewing a TSA whistleblower. And so he's not interviewing a Somalian. He's interviewing a whistleblower. Roll the clip.
Here in Minnesota.
So I worked for the airport police for 31 years. 24 of those years I worked in narcotics at MSP Airport. And my recollection was from about 2015-16 to 2021 when I retired. I would get emails from our dispatch saying like 2 male Somali descent individuals. They would give us their names. They claimed the cash, that they had a large amount of cash at the checkpoints. We'd get all this information in an email, and I believe they would send it right away. So TSA would contact our dispatch telling us this, then our dispatch would relay the info via email to us.
And how much was the money?
The money, the smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally, it was anywhere from $1 million to $6 million in a suitcase. And there usually was, as far as I can remember, there was always 2 individuals traveling. So you would have maybe one guy with 2.2 million and another guy with 3 million. And
at airports, you're able to take $10,000 without declaring it. How are these guys able to take millions of dollars?
Because as far as I know, as long as they declared it, they were fine. So then TSA would contact HSI and Customs, and I'm sure they got the information. We got the information. My administration knew about it, and I trust that they sent that on to higher state officials on this, but nothing was ever done the whole time I was there. I talked to one individual. We were going after narcotic cash leaving the airport. This was always fraud. We had no nexus to that this cash was related to narcotics. So our hands were kind of tied. We couldn't do a whole lot.
How do you suspect these Somalians had millions of dollars to move in an airport?
We would rack our heads all the time, like, where are they getting this? Where in the world are they getting this money? And I had heard about these daycares and whatnot, but I mean, I thought at the time, okay, maybe they had 10 daycares, but apparently they have a lot more than that. We were all just racking our heads trying to figure this out.
So you openly saw just millions of dollars get moved through these airports?
I saw one time, I saw an open suitcase with the cash because we were looking into seeing if it was narcotics related, which it was not.
How much money do you think moved through the airport in your time?
Millions, literally millions and millions. I mean, we're talking for a good 5-6 years, you're talking, I don't know, 5 to 6 million a week. It would happen twice a week. You would get twice a week where there would be somebody flying.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. And first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody watching. I appreciate y'all watching the show. I see your comments, and I love them. A lot of y'all say you love the show, you love B. Tatum, you love the set. Shout out to my team because they got to get a lot of credit for doing this too. It's not just me, all right? So I love y'all for that. Thank y'all for the super chats as well. We'll eventually try to get the super chats on the screen so I can read them, but appreciate y'all with the super chats as well. We're working on that part. But do you know how crazy this is, y'all? I did the math one time while I was a cop, and I said, okay, if I made X amount of dollars a year, 20-year career, I would have made $1 million in a 20-year career. That's before taxes. $1 million. You telling me Somalians are somehow getting tens of millions of dollars, transporting millions of them through the airport with no fear in the world? In Somalia, they're bringing their sugar honey iced tea from that country to America because in Somalia, majority of the people are poor and destitute. The mortality rate, I mean, you name it, is that they're incest, so their kids are coming out. Many of them, if they're not there, they almost there. They're not functional people. Not all of them, but a lot of them, because they having kids with first cousins. And it's a few people in that country that's richer than rich, billionaires. They come over here, and in Minnesota, 60+% of the Somalians or more are on welfare. And we see some of them got millions of dollars. Same suit warmed over. Let's go to Nick on Jesse Waters on Fox News. Let's play that clip. That's pretty interesting as well. And you can see the Blackline in the background. I got to give them a shout out. Them brothers out there, and it's cold as a out there. And they out there hunching it. I don't know how Shirley, I don't know where Nick Shirley is from. He may be from Alaska or the North Pole. But he just got a little sweater on. Everybody else got bundles. I don't know what, he may not be human. I don't know, maybe from another planet. Roll the clip.
Like, even if they're not involved in the fraud, are they still defending the Somali tribe?
Well, you heard the one man say, he said, are we the only people that commit fraud? And so it feels like it's all sort of almost like a big community that's trying to hide from the fraud, when in reality, 89% of the fraud that's happening inside Minnesota is from Somalians, and that's just a fact of the matter.
So you guys were working off of a list here. Did you go to any addresses that had cars that were taking kids to daycares?
No, and I'm being 100% honest, there was not a single location we went to where there was cars that were moving people around Minnesota.
And you were calling the phone numbers too. Did anybody pick up?
Yeah, well, I mean, like Quality Learning Center, for instance, that phone number went to nowhere. If you make a phone call to any of these locations, I mean, just going to the address is enough. There wasn't anyone even there. There wasn't even signs on a lot of these places. They were apartment buildings. So, I mean, phone call wouldn't have done much.
All right, so you're out on the street, and is it clear that the politicians were clueless? I mean, how could they have not known about this?
Well, they obviously knew because they've enabled it to happen for so long. I mean, for instance, Quality Learning Center, it had over 90 violations, yet they kept giving that daycare millions of dollars. And these transportation companies, I mean, if anyone in Minnesota is watching this right now, they know what I'm talking about, because you drive around Minneapolis and you'll see nobody inside of these transportation vehicles.
I mean, without giving away your logistics, what's next?
Well, I think there's a lot more fraud to be exposed across the country, and there might even be more fraud exposed inside Minnesota. There's a lot of fraud, and the fraud is very, very, very deep in Minnesota.
And that's probably why they picked Tim Walz. Somebody mentioned this is what my original thought. I like to take credit for it, but I can't, because it was my original thought. Somebody made a point that the reason why Kamala Harris picked Tim Walz, which he was a complete idiot, was because he raised the most money, I think, out of any politician in the first day that he was announced. And it's probably because them Somalians were given millions and millions of dollars to support, because they knew if he was on a ticket and they won the presidency, he was going to come back and make sure they all were good and paid for, and they could do fraud until their hearts are content. I almost, that's one of the most intelligent things I heard, and I believed it to be true. And I'll say it one more time, put it on the screen. Thank you to the people who donated to support Nick Shirley Security. I want to thank you all 4,000 of you who donated to support. Many of you donated a $1. And to me, if you got that to give and you gave $1, that's just as important as a person giving 10,000 and they got 100,000 to give. If all you got is just $1, you have contributed to the success and the ability for Nick Shirley to do what he's doing. And I appreciate you, and so does Nick. Now let's go to Ilhan Omar. And the link is in the description section if y'all want to jump in and donate and support us. All right. Roll the clip.
Congresswoman Omar, yesterday you told me to please read when I asked you about the $9 billion fraud that you denied is happening, but I have it right here. I read. Look, Chairman Comer opens hearing on massive fraud scandal, $9 billion.
That's what Comer believes, because he's as smart as you are.
It's not just Comer. It's Scott Besson. It's federal prosecutors. It's House Oversight. And
no
it's Minnesota State Reps.
You could have that, ma'am. I think you need to get examined because your brain has been fried in some way.
Time out. This finna be the craziest comeback ever. Y'all just wait. The lady in the blonde, who are you? I want to bring her on the show. Listen to this comeback. You know, listen to the Miss Allah Akbar try to say what she got to say, but listen to this comeback. I almost need like a Allah Akbar sound, and then we need like an eagle for Patriots. The Patriots are coming for these Allah Akbar heads. Listen to what she says. It's the funniest thing ever. Her name is Allison Steinberg. Allison, you the boss right here. Roll the clip.
And it's not okay. I really hope you get some help. You and the Republicans here. Take care, okay, ma'am?
I'm sorry, I couldn't go to the learning centers that you're running over in Minnesota, but I think you should perhaps read what's actually.
Need one of those learning centers.
I need one of those learning centers.
Yes, see it.
Yes, you want to make some money, you need a learning center. Bro, they doing so much fraud out of there. Like, let me say this. We got one more clip. Hakeem Jeffries saw herself, and he also little and stupid. But let me say this, man. Like I don't know where y'all grew up at, But I grew up in a neighborhood, in part. You know, we lived in different places, but when I was living in Stop 6 in Eastwood area, where Dunbar at, my high school I went to, people were doing fraud, and it was a thing, right? You selling dope, you boosting, and if y'all don't know what boosting is, they stealing stuff from the dealers and all that, and they go sell it in the street. $20 for a polo shirt, a Ralph Lauren, I think maybe $50 for some Jordans. Like, I mean, they had a little price sheet and everything. You know that when they come through the community, you get 5 or 6 shirts. They pull out their trunk. They got all kind of stuff in that trunk. People bring credit cards by the house. They got a list. You buy credit card numbers, doing fraud. And I swear, it's rampant. And you saw it proliferated with the PPP loans. All kind of dudes going to prison in the hood with PPP loans. But these tax places. I remember dudes when I was growing up, they were filing taxes. They lying on their taxes, using people's kids on taxes, stealing people's tax. They get you a 400,000% return. I remember growing up being like, they go, hey man, I get you 20,000 back on your return. You're like, bro, I didn't even make 20,000 this year. How you gonna give me 20,000 back when y'all doing fraud? And they doing fraud all over the hood. So I know these Somalians doing fraud. Same soup warmed over, bruh. Come on, bring the lady back on the screen. She interviewed or had a commentary to this little weirdo. I think he like 5'4". Somebody look it up for me. How tall is Hakeem Jeffries? I think he like 5'3" or something. It's the little man syndrome that make these people so silly, bro. And nothing against my 5'4" brothers, man. As long as you got a good heart, I'm good. Man, Hakeem Jeffries ain't no 6'1". Ask ChatGPT. Hakeem Jeffries ain't no 6'1". All right, roll the clip.
Representative Ilhan Omar has repeatedly dismissed the $9 billion Minnesota fraud figure, but numerous people, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Minnesota representatives in the state, Chairman Comer, amongst others, have confirmed this number is indeed correct and see it as one of the largest frauds in U.S. history. Do you acknowledge that this $9 billion figure is accurate? And also, what do you make of the Minnesota House introducing resolutions to impeach Governor Tim Walz?
Well, I'm unfamiliar with resolutions having been introduced relative to the impeachment of Tim Walz. I assume that's some extreme MAGA Republican who has done it, so I don't take that effort seriously. And if you're citing James Comer as a source for me, you better start someplace else, because he's not an individual that has any credibility, as far as I'm concerned, relative to the allegations that he's made. If James Comer wants to investigate waste, fraud, and abuse, start with the Trump administration. Go look into your organized crime boss, who's running pay-to-play schemes all across the country, shaking down corporations and individuals, launching retribution efforts against American citizens who disagree with him. That's the behavior of an organized crime boss.
I can't listen to no more. Cut his feed. I'm going to lose my salvation if I keep listening to these people. How do you not get your socks sewed off for saying he's an organized crime boss that's doing pay-to-play with no evidence? He went to court innocent, and you are still out here saying that stuff.